Morning, everybody. What a great day. I'm so glad you're here. I'm Rita Hickman. I'm a body mind expert and shiatsu massage therapist. And I show up every morning, Monday through Friday, around 7:30 Central Standard Time, thereabouts. And I help women deal with narcissism. I help women deal with old wounds that come from their family or narcissism that comes from their spouse or a romantic partner but today we're talking about the narcissist mother wound. So a lot of the women that work with me in my practice one-on-one, they the original narcissist was typically their mother, surprisingly or not, since the majority of narcissists are actually male. Logically, we would think, oh, the whole male narcissist is where it's all at, and this whole romantic partnership thing is where it's all at. And in reality, what happened is we became prey, or women became prey to narcissists because they never quite learned how to be a good woman that contributes to society in a way that is balanced, in a way that isn't all about being a martyr or sacrificing. And typically these beliefs about how to be a good woman come from our mother. That's pretty typical. And so actually a lot of the women who see me, the original narcissist has been, their mom. And because of that, there's a lot of challenges that show up in life um, because you believe that that's just the way it's supposed to be. That narcissist codependent relationships are it are is what relationships look like, and they'll always look like, and those are the good relationships because we didn't learn how to stand up for ourselves and find a voice and trust ourselves and self-respect and self-esteem. And many women didn't learn those sorts of things when they needed to when they were young. So there's this whole narcissist mother wound that happens with a lot of women, and of course a lot of men, because they didn't get what they needed from women when they were young. They didn't get that, beautiful Disney version of tribe and family and community where everybody's pulling for one another and everybody, pitches in for everybody. And even in those big families, even in the big, Italian families or Catholic families or Polish families or um, German families, you would think, oh, everybody lives, upstairs or downstairs or right next door. So it should be fine. But when there's a belief system that's been handed down generation to generation to generation to generation about how women should behave, about how to deal with mental health and emotional health, and how it should be swept under the rug or ignored, or pretended like it never existed, or as a beautiful woman I work with, all prettied up in the South. It's all prettied up, it's someone may have a black eye, but it's okay. We're going to put a bow on it. And isn't it great that the cake just came out of the oven? So, I mean, these beliefs really are passed down. They're passed down family member to family member to family member. I remember when I started to get to know one of my cousins, and this was a real breakthrough for me. She was passing away from breast cancer. And the reason she was passing away from breast cancer is because she got diagnosed. Well, she didn't get diagnosed. She got a wound and she hid it from everybody. She tried to take care of it herself. And because of that, it got far enough along that unfortunately she passed. And that came from a belief system that was passed down, an idea about what a woman does, which is they don't tell anybody anything and you handle everything on your own and it's nobody else's business and you don't reach out for help. And if you do, then, it'll be ignored or ridiculed or minimized. I mean, I totally remember when I was a kid and I reached out when I was in a very stressful place and to women that I knew. And my thought processes, my needs, what I wanted, ended up being completely minimized and diminished. And this is passed down generation to generation to generation to generation. So what's the way to heal this wound? I mean, it seems like it's almost impossible. Like you're sort of trapped. I mean, is it in your DNA? And, in some ways it is. Is it in, hardwired into your brain and hardwired into your nervous system? Is this just who you are? You're doomed to be, a victim of narcissistic abuse for the rest of your life? Are you doomed to consistently, finding bad relationships because, that's what good women do? They help people who are struggling, they help people who are in pain, and they give more than they should. Is this kind of what your life is supposed to look like? No, not at all. Not at all. So how do you reverse this? How do you heal that wound? You heal it by getting the feminine energy and the female support and the female love that you always needed. When you reached out to a woman and they minimized you and diminished you, why bother again? Especially if you've tried a couple different times to speak what you needed. But that's not the way it's supposed to be. And we're going to keep looping around thinking that what we need and what's important to us won't get any respect or support anyways because it's a man's world. um, that's just wrong. To heal that, you have to finally get those experiences of love and caring and support and understanding from other women. You have to surround yourself with women who are capable of giving you the love and the compassion that you need. Women who don't take everything personally as if you're attacking them. Women who understand what a difficult day is. Women who are empaths and compassionate but are stable enough, that are pretty darn stable and smart and successful in so many ways that they help raise other women up. One of the biggest problems when you come from such a long secret wound like that, something that, you've kept even from your own consciousness, you know, when we finally get those experiences, when you finally get those experiences with women, that's when real blossoming happens. That's when real change happens because now you're no longer stuck with the missing piece, with the piece of you that got lost. It's like soul reclamation. You've been living your life without the love and without the support and without the care that only women can give. You've been living without it. And without it, you're going to be a part of your soul is going to be lost. Part of you is going to be starved. You're going to be weak and emaciated and be faking it, for your success about who you're supposed to be. The only way is to go back to the original wound, which is not getting the love and the compassion and the kindness and the understanding and the support and the friendliness that you need. Now, if my mother is watching this, my mother was pretty great. My mother was pretty awesome. I was very, very lucky. But the problem was that my family was very disordered. We had a lot of stuff going on. And so no one could do the things that they wanted to do. Everyone was just trying to keep the balls juggled and keep it all moving forward and going forward. Everybody was. And so even the most beautiful, amazing, wonderful, fabulous women, uh, life happens. Life happens. And lessons are taught and messages are passed down from the women over and over and over. Oh, I didn't finish the story about my cousin. When I got to know her better as she was passing away, that's when I discovered that all the women on my mother's side, not on my mother's side, all the women on my father's side had had some sort of abuse happen to them, had had that lineage, that string. And it got me thinking, how far back does this go? If it's all the women of my generation in this family, how far back does it go? How does this message go? This mother wound wasn't just with my family, but it went back many, many generations, probably until tribal times even. So, there's a wound that you have, and it's around women, and it's around feminine energy, and it's around trusting it and finding people that you can trust, finding women that have the ability to love and support you and listen and care. So one of the ways that that I've, wanted to turn this around is we've created a woman only group where we're all there to support one another in a wide variety of ways. Last night we had our talking circle, our sacred talking circle, and it was wonderful. It was it's filled with women who are of all different natures and all different diversities and different narcissists in their life, but there was always that piece of that needing and that yearning of safe feminine energy, people you can trust. And even if you've been extremely successful in your life, oh my gosh, even if you've been, successful in work and successful in finding somebody uh, who can support and help you live your life in a more comfortable way, maybe brought you out of poverty or brought you out of um, worse abuse or worse problems. Maybe you were able to find that step up, but until you get that missing piece, that piece that got pushed away or buried or hidden or cut off for whatever reason, either because your family was disordered or because it was passed down family to family to family to family. Either way, it's that feminine energy that does the most of the magic. Love is the technology of healing. It really is. And when we come together in a loving space and you're able to get your needs met in a wide variety of ways, and we meet them, we meet every Tuesday. We do monthly masterminds. We have the daily live streams. We have a beautiful Facebook group where people post and interact and have friends. Outside of the group, they're connected. It's a community. It's a community of women. And it's something that's been needed in our country, in our world for a really long time. Women who have the ability to care, who have the ability to give and listen and be present. That's what this group is. So if you're feeling that call, if you're feeling that yearning, check it out. You'll see the link up above in the text. Look at the page. It's not as soft as I'd like. I'm still working on it. I'm working on softening the voice because that's really where we're at, those soft skills. And the problem is most people don't value those. And in reality, those are the most powerful healing skills and tools that are around. When you get women together in a group where they work together towards a common goal, which is to support one another and heal, which is to help each other take that next step up and create great relationships and to raise wonderful children and to make connections and heal the people around them, because they themselves heal. That's the goal. That's what we do. And it's something that's sorely needed. So if you're interested, check it out because you could learn some of those soft skills. You could heal yourself and you can finally, finally start filling in that gap with gold so that you shine and you are your whole unique, cool, personal work of art because that's who you're supposed to be. And that's what we do. We take those cracks and we take those breaks and we fill them with gold and we help women transform into the person, the woman that they are always meant to be, which is loving and kind and supportive and strong and smart and funny and creative and unique and successful and wonderful. That's what we're doing here. It's alchemy and it's pretty neat stuff. So I hope you have a great rest of your day. And I hope this helped heal some of your mother wound and help you realize that women have a lot more to offer than we ever thought. And if you're mindful and thoughtful about the women that you choose to let into your life, um, you'll go from that tiny little seedling that you are to the giant redwood that you're supposed to be. So have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.